Bro, everyone's been in slavery at some point, man.
You know the Hamites?
Bro, do you understand when? Do you know what empires are? Yeah. You know what ancient empires are? There's always a slave. There's different castes in empires.
So at some point,
so there would have been people that are underfoot and people with the feet to smash them under, man. Everyone's been in slavery, man. The so-called white man was in slavery, man.
So how come everything switched?
Because God wanted it to, man.
The earth's given to the hand of the wicked.
Read it, man.
Yeah,
read
go on, read that.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Get Daniel, what is it, 2:44?
So it was given into the hand of the wicked, but by the time the white people were slaves,
They are the wicked.
you are.
The wicked
Say
talking
that
about the
again?
so-called white.
So that Bible was written, right? That your scripture was written at a time where black people were the slave owners, white people were the slaves.
Well, no.
No,
bro, what you need to understand is that this book was not written at just one set time.
I know it hasn't. It's been written over centuries.
But then sometimes, you know, the time of Chronicles, I believe, Chronicles might have been done whilst they were in captivity. I'm not too sure. I'd have to double check. But for example, the books of the law, they were authored after they got free from slavery.
Right.
You would have had other books like Ezra and Nehemiah was done when they were just when they got free, and then like Jeremiah, I believe, was just before, and then when they came into being into slavery. There's different points in time. Sometimes they were in a position of authority, sometimes they weren't. But it's just history.
When
man.
was the world given into to the wicked?
That was in what do you call it, the Renaissance.
Now
the Renaissance, the most appropriate time.
So now we're nearly 1,000 years away from the point when
the Bible
Jesus
talks
was.
about all history. You know, bro. Do you know what's going to happen in 10,000 years?
It talks about the future.
Bible
Circle
tells
of
you.
history. Circle of history.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the secrets, bro? I've got them. I've got them, mate.
You got the keys.
You have got interpretations of a book that I can tell you when in years when they were written, because people are studying this.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't.
There's some 60-odd books. There are some 60-odd
I
books.
think it's about 88 altogether.
Right. Well, all together, which tells you about the life of Jesus, tells you about the Chronicle, tells you about Lilith.
Bro, Lilith, who the fuck is Lilith? Hey, you know what, the thing is, listen bro, Adam very well could have been getting down with Lilith, but she's just not significant to the scriptures in the slightest, man. There could have been some fine-ass bitch called Lilith, man. But they say she had red hair, and she had some other shit.
About the
Who
book of
knows,
Judah?
man? There could have been, very well could have been a Lilith. But that's
So you're willfully ignorant of books
we don't need
that
to worry
have
about
that
that.
information.
Why is it valuable?
Bro, that is not essential to salvation. There's a lot, there's a lot of things I could tell you. It's non-essential information.
What's essential to salvation?
Oh, okay. You want to know? Well, okay, let's.
Get him, bro.
We don't have much time left though. I know you're getting excited. We don't have much time left though.
Okay, go on.
Right, this is James chapter 1, verse 21. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness.
So basically, you have to lay off all those wicked traits that you gained whilst you didn't know the truth. Because hey, right now we grew up in the world that's evil as all hell. We grew up being evil. You know, you got to lay that off.
So let him finish.
And receive.
I was going to.
And you ain't controlling this. And receive with meekness.
Oh, with humility, man. You've got to lower yourself. You've got to set the pride. You know, set all that so-called knowledge that you're meant to have
You're never
improved.
getting anywhere. Go ahead, please.
Huh? Wait, bro, what are you talking about, mate?
I'm trying to get to the point.
What is going on?
What do we need in order to get into heaven?
Bro, listen, bro.
You ain't going to heaven, man.
Patience to receive.
You ain't getting it, man.
Then if you're not going there, bro, do you know what? I'm just going to tell you. What you need to do is you need to accept and bow down to a black man as your God.
That's right.
Did you know that the one you call Jesus Christ is a so-called black man? I know you're not happy to hear that.
I'm perfectly fine. I don't believe in a person called Jesus at the moment.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying is,
Nor do I
it's
believe in
essential to do
Nor
that,
do I
to
believe-
receive salvation. You
Nor
gotta
do I
do that,
believe
mate.
in the
You
God
gotta
that's
you gotta
presumably
slap that forehead to the
inspired.
ground.
That's right.
And bow and supplicate
With meekness.
with meekness. You gotta become lowly. Are you willing to do that? The thing is you're asking, what do you want the answers for anyway?
Right. So let me answer
Well,
your
you
first
know, hold
question.
on. Before we get there, what do you actually believe then?
Nothing.
Religion-wise, I haven't got to believe.
I mean, okay, what's then basically what's your aim in life? What's your goals in life? What do you live by?
Living the
What's your
best life,
ethics system?
living the best life I can live, and
What does-
enhancing the people
Okay,
that
so-
I come into contact with.
Okay, so I'm curious, yeah. What if so what does living the best life you can do mean? It's helping those around you or something, I don't know, being a positive influence on the world.
Living the best life I can live.
Well, that is a real vague statement.
Doing
No,
the
okay, I've
best
got a
way.
question for you then.
But you have a question, I've not answered it. I've
Okay,
not
no, but
answered
then
your question.
you already made a point. You made a point, living the best life you can live. Now I'm going
And-
to ask you something to challenge your point.
Right.
Basically, what if someone said, hey look, I'm going to kill myself if you don't allow me to have anal sex with you? A man just came up to you and said that.
Then you can go ahead and...
Would you let the guy kill himself, or would you? What is living the best life? You know, would you let him do it?
I mean, listen. That's his, right? That's his prerogative, right? Unless you want to have anal sex with me,
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
kill
saying
yourself.
I'm saying
By all
with
means,
you.
if it implies me, I need to consent to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kill yourself. If I consent to it,
No, that's okay.
He holds it as
So
not
then the thing is
right.
so basically what I'm saying, the thing is, the problem with that approach of just living the best life for someone else, if everyone just goes out and lives their best life, everyone's moral scale and ethics are going to be completely different.
Right.
For some people, you've got serial killers.
Yeah,
A serial killer is living his best life.
Yeah.
He's living his best life.
going to jump in
Feels
front
right
of that
home
bus.
when they
So, yeah, the people that jump on trains, mate,
Unless you
they're
let me
living
have
their best
anal
life
sex
as
with
they
you.
do. Then do it. The reason why I'm going to deny you is because I go back to the laws of the Bible. That's my
I'm
code
going
of
to
ethics.
deny you because I don't.
No, but then
I don't roll that way.
What I'm saying is I have an ethics code. The way you move, there's no ethics
No,
code, mate.
but I do exactly the same thing you're doing. It's just
Yeah, but I do it based on a code of ethics. You do
right.
it based
So
on how
even
you
by
feel.
your code of ethics, I'm
The
right.
thing is what happens with that approach is there'll be two guys. One of the guys will be like, hey, you wanna go back to my place?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Then he decides, yeah, fuck it, why not? Then they go and do something which is completely off. Two men having sex is completely against nature and the scriptures. That's why the reason there's codes of ethics is because let's consider if everyone just went out and started men all started slamming men, women
That's what
started
they're doing
muff
now.
diving on women,
You know, there's
everyone
a
would
place.
die out.
You know, there's a place called Brighton.
Yeah, I know. See, but the thing is, it's not everyone on the planet Earth.
There's a place called
That's not
Brighton.
happening
It's not.
everywhere
It's
on the planet
not
Earth.
yet been brimstone. No one's been
Yeah,
turned
but
into a pillar
okay,
of
but
salt.
there are examples of places that have Sodom and Gomorrah. The thing is the Lord set an example. But just because get Second Peter.
The
Oh,
laws
this
have
is
been
okay. So
broken for years.
if judgment comes down, then you'll accept it. Okay, get Second Peter's 3. What was it? Long suffering to us, like verse 7, I think. Long suffering. The Lord's long suffering. Oh, a day is 1,000 years. I think it's like verse 8. But when he says long suffering.
Second Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing,
Okay.
that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years.
So one day of the Lord is as 1,000 years. And this is, I'm gonna throw you another bone. This is a key to understanding Genesis.
How
You know,
old
it says
is the
7
world?
days?
How old is the world?
It's about 12, 13 odd thousand years, mate.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm done here.
Ain't no million.
Yeah, okay, but then before you
I'm
go,
done.
mate, I've got a nice little nugget for you.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, well, let me just ask you this. How old is the world then? Go on, tell me.
Say billions.
No,
At the moment, scientifically,
yeah, scientifically.
it is believed that the world is billions of what we call
Okay,
years
based on what?
old, based on carbon dating.
And how? Okay, what? And how does that work?
Right. So if you find a rock, right? At the time of it's commonly known as the Big Bang, there's a certain amount of carbon. Right? And then we
Okay,
know,
let me explain. Go on.
and we know that carbon depletion is a thing, and then every single period, right? You take a period and you know a certain amount of carbon from it.
Okay. So then, we're in the period after the so-called after the ice age, yeah. That's the period we're in now. So, what has happened to carbon levels over the course of like the last 30 years?
But we're not talking about carbon levels.
No. Listen, you said carbon dating is based on carbon levels. We go to each section, and then there's a carbon level. What has happened to the carbon levels in this period of time since the end of the ice age, man? Since my man. Go on. What's happened? What's happened in the last 30 years?
Do you know?
Have they increased or have they decreased or have they stayed the same?
You don't know.
Hold a friend.
Bro, you don't know.
Have carbon levels gone up, gone
They
down,
have.
stayed the same?
Like,
They've got so they changed. So how can you confirm what period it came from if carbon levels change?
Because we know how carbon levels changed historically, and we can
How
corroborate
based on
it
what?
with that.
Who was recording it? There was no one around. There was little, lizards crawling on the ground, man. We hadn't evolved that far yet.
You don't need this
How can you tell? Who's got the records? Who's got the
We don't
best?
need that. You
What do you
can
need
see.
then? You need to explain to me how you can measure something in a time period when no one was around to measure it. What is the how can you actually break down and prove? Where is the proof? You need to if you're gonna have a scientific experiment, you need a way to find that you've measured the correct, you've arrived at the conclusion. You need to have a way to measure that this is the correct answer.
Yes.
You can have theories, but you cannot have proof. So what you're doing is based on faith as well.
It's a belief.
1 Corinthians 1:19.
Yep.
For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise.
Wisdom of the wise, because these guys are going around saying, "Oh, the Earth. This period was 13,000 years old. The Earth's 4 billion years old. The universe is this long." Between period and period. They're telling you that there was a period of time where there was a shitload of ice. There was a period. They're telling you there was a fucking dinosaurs around. Then a meteor came down.
Were there no
and smacked the
dinosaurs?
Earth.
Were there no
Bro, do you know how
dinosaurs?
many meteors actually impact the Earth over the course of like even the last 100 years?
Were there dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs still exist to this day, man.
Were there
How
dinosaurs?
can they know which one came from when?
They still exist, man.
Where?
It's a lizard. They're everywhere, man. They're reptiles.
They're in the journey to the center of the Earth.
Yeah.
Bro, no, I'm messing around. But bro, what you need to understand is that carbon dating, that billions of years, there's no evidence for that, bro.
Right.
And you know this because you're a scientist.
Bro,
Yeah, we are scientists. The word science means knowledge.
This is how arguments work. Because what you're going to do is an appeal to authority fallacy.
No.
Yeah? Because, okay, we'll provide evidence. Go on.
I don't need to provide you.
It's an appeal to authority. You're saying because he's provide me the study. Provide me the link me the journal. I'll pay $40 for the journal to download and read the whole thing.
You don't need. I don't
Show
need
me
to
the
provide
study
you with
where it's been proven.
I don't need to provide you with anything.
Well, we can provide you with evidence.
It says-
we can prove to you
I
that
could
through
provide
the
you
book
with
of
evidence that
Genesis,
Harry Potter
that
is
through
real.
sedentary rock, that the flood took place in the earth.
Can you go to can you find if we can find and go to platform 9 3/4? I'll go to Hogwarts right now, bro. You can't find me on platform 9 3/4. The Bible can be measured. You can measure, bro.
measure it.
Go to Daniel's. That's world history right there.
World history.
We've got a couple
All
of
kinds of
And we can prove to you that the flood took place.
Right.
There's
We can actually prove to you that the flood took place on this
measurable
earth.
things.
Before you shout
You go
some
back,
Bible
bro,
verse.
there's records of bro, what empires are mentioned, man? Romans, Roman Empire, Greek Empire,
Syrian
the
Empire,
Medo-Persian, there's all kinds
Babylon
of, you go
Empire.
to the British Museum, you can find the Assyrians, you can find the Babylonians, which are mentioned in the Bible.
You can also find dinosaurs.
Yeah, we didn't say they don't exist.
We've not
They
denied
still
that they
exist.
exist,
You
bro.
can still find rocks at the British Museum.
Man, look, man.
But can you find living stones? I don't think you can. Verse
Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain
babblings.
and oppositions of science,
Falsely so called. So what you're coming
Oppositions of science,
falsely, man.
so called. You know what that means? That means the true science, the true knowledge, because science means knowledge. The true knowledge comes from the Bible. And the oppositions of that are falsely so-called are what they call modern day science.
Big Bang.
There are certain, I'm going to throw you a bone. Of course, there are certain things in science that are obviously evidently true. You know, electromagnetism, you know, voltage, wattage, ohms. You know, there's various different things in science.
I get it, you're an
that are,
electrician.
of course, are true. You know, Wi-Fi signals, 2G, 5G. There's all these kinds of things that are measurable.
Right.
But the thing is there's a lot of science is falsely so-called.
Oh, you got
That's,
it.
you know, a lot of
yeah.
those theoretical sciences.
Saying it.
They're theoretical. They're not proven. It's theories compounded on theories compounded on
We've got
theories.
some.
Theories are used to prove other
Right.
theories.
Let me give you one last example.
Proverbs.
of how-
Let's read this, bro. Read it.
13 and 13.
Right?
Whoso despiseth the word
Despise the words
shall be destroyed.
shall be destroyed. You're going to get
So-
destroyed.
so that,
and
you know,
the definition of despise. Let's get that word. What's the definition? Because he used to be a teacher,
This
right?
guy used to be a preacher.
A preaching, as you said. Okay, read the definition of despise.
It says to despise, hold in contempt, to hold as insignificant.
You despise this word.
No, I don't.
You hold it as
Oh, okay.
insignificant.
Oh, what? So do you believe
I
it?
do not hold it as insignificant. I just don't live my
If you
life
don't
by it.
believe it,
No, but then
what
but the thing is
you hold it as insignificant, bro. It has
bro, if,
relevance,
If
there's
you,
no
if you,
value.
if you don't live by it, then you're holding it as insignificant.
No,
There
I
you
don't.
go.
No, I don't.
It has no value
Right,
to you.
because
Listen,
bro,
mate.
the thing is if you live your life, so for example, here's just an example.
Disrespect.
You're not allowed to do shape-ups. So you've got a shape-up.
Yeah.
So that means that basically you've gone against the words of the Bible.
Disrespect.
That means
Right.
it's being held as insignificant.
Have you cut the hairs from the corners of your head?
No,
Which you
Got a
have.
shape-up.
Round the corners.
no, round it.
This is complete. This is all completely natural,
It's
mate.
called Cohen. It's called
This is
Cohen.
just how. This is how just my hair shaped.
I'm completely
Share
natural
it.
as well.
No, you line this shit up.
The thing is like there. It's
like
like
an
that's
L shape.
like a
Line
0.1. That's and essentially a
Right.
0.1. It's a rule intents. No, even hold on. Down there is a zero.
Fair lined up. The scripture
It's a
says,
straight
"Mar
zero.
not the
Come on, man.
Right.
The scripture says, "Mar not the
Right.
corners of
Let
your
me
beard,
tell you why I
man."
don't hold it
Your corners have
insignificant.
been marred. It says, "Not mar not the corners of your beard." Your corners have been marred.
Well, I'm going to hell
So you
anyhow.
destroyed your line.
But not because
Don't worry, bro. You're not going to hell. You're gonna come to heaven.
No
Right,
such thing
let
as
me-
hell,
let
man.
me-
And you might, if you're lucky, you might
know
be on
what-
the good
do you
side.
know why you think
If
you're
not,
right?
You're gonna get a
Hell
big
does not exist.
No. Do you know why you think you're right?
Listen,
We are
I
right.
don't-
Every
listen,
single
bro.
time I'm trying to
Well, go on. Okay, go on.
tell you
Go on.
something that
Go on.
goes against
Expound.
the-
You don't know
Expound,
nothing,
man.
man.
Expound. You got about 2.5 minutes. Go on.
well,
Expound.
but because you've rambled on for so long, I have absolutely no
'Cause you don't know
no
nothing,
time
man.
Well, go on.
prove you're wrong.
2.5 minutes
You've
is more than
dismissed every single
Okay,
piece
bro,
of science
prove-
I've put before
Bro,
you.
prove me on one
too
point.
proud, man. You're too
Prove me
proud.
on one point, and I'll shake your hand.
I'll
send you
prove
on
you
the
one
way.
point why your Bible is wrong.
Go on.
I'll show you how your Bible is wrong. In the Bible.
Sir, so it's insignificant.
Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed. That's the
You
scripture.
see what happens every single
No, but
time
then
I'm
the
trying
thing
to...
is,
Go on,
bro,
say your
listen,
point.
listen,
It's
listen,
never
listen.
about
This
an
is
hour.
what happened. We said that if you hold the word, if you despise the word, then it's singing. You said you don't despise the word, then straight after you're going to disprove it. Of course you
I'm
despise
going to
it.
show you how it's wrong.
Okay, go on, go on.
A double-minded
There's a
man.
prophecy in the Bible that tells you that the city of Tyre will be destroyed.
Yeah.
Who's tired talking about today?
Okay, bro. The city.
I have been to Tyre in Lebanon.
That's
Yeah,
not, it's
but
it's
okay,
figurative.
so then, okay,
It's
bro,
figurative, man. It's
understand.
metaphorical. Metaphorical.
Hey, listen. Jerusalem is a place, yeah? You can go to Jerusalem, yeah? Yeah? It's a place, it's a city, Jerusalem, yeah?
Right.
But Jerusalem was overrun. In Matthew
Yeah.
24 it says that people are going to come in and smash it. Now if you go to Rome, there's a thing called the Ark of Titus. There, you need some proof. They have records
Ark of Titus, yeah.
of them going to Jerusalem and smashing it.
Yeah,
But guess what?
Sephiroth.
It's but people are there now. Right. That's because of course it was destroyed at one point.
And then it was rebuilt.
I have a precept.
Yeah.
on what
Right.
you said.
It also tells you about the city of Tyre that it will never be rebuilt.
On this question,
What? Yeah, but that's what you need to understand
don't
is
understand what it's talking
there are future prophecies that have not yet happened.
Oh, come on! Appealing
No,
to the future.
No,
mate.
bro, listen, like I said, I've copped out. Yes, I am appealing to the future. You win, logical. Bro, you won the argument. Congratulations. I appeal to the future. We're not dealing with logical fallacies. We're
We're
dealing
not
with
dealing
belief
with logic
faith.
whatsoever. One last thing.
We're dealing with faith. We said it from the beginning.
right.
What you can't use logical arguments against me when we're talking about the Bible. That's
right.
That's. There's no point talking. Why are you gonna hold me to logical? Bro, I'm dealing with a power that created you, man. There was nothing, then there was things, and it wasn't no Big Bang. Things were called forth, man.
yeah, part of the sea ain't of
Come on,
logic.
man. Yeah,
Look at you, man. You look.
he's lacking, man.
I have a precept. I have one last scripture for this guy. Yeah?
Wait, this is the one to send you home to.
Matthew 12, look, chill. 12 and
Look, guys,
36, yeah?
We're done for the night.
It says
Unfortunately,
this,
no fun
but
for you guys.
I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account in the day of judgment. And for thy words shall thou be justified, and by thy words shall thou be condemned.
You're gonna die,
And God's
right?
gonna destroy you.
And guess what?
You're gonna die,
And guess
Rico.
what? We ain't gonna hold you to shit.
Right.
Because we're nobodies, man. We're unimportant.
So
but you need to talk.
say
You need to
in-
have a conversation
So
with
say
God.
tonight,
'Cause
right?
God-
Say tonight, the end of days
No,
comes.
listen.
Right?
Chill, man.
Bro,
Say
relax,
tonight,
man.
say tonight,
Adults are speaking, kids. Come on.
say tonight, the end of days comes.
I know, go play Fortnite outside. I'm fucking hilarious. Man. Check Reddit, fellow kids, man. Upset fellow kids, man.
So what?
So guys,
The end of days comes tonight,
Play Fortnite.
and nothing happens.
You're a faithless dog.
bro, the Lord's gonna
Destroy you in that suit and
What do
tie.
you mean end of days comes?
Right, so
destroy you in that suit and tie.
presumably the second, well, not the second coming, right?
Yeah,
A meteor strikes the earth.
bro, what
We
if
all
a
die.
meteor strikes the earth and we all-
meteor,
bro,
man.
if a meteor strikes the earth and we all, I mean, okay, what do you want? What do you want, bro? We're all gonna be dead. What? How can I argue? You win an argument.
Right.
Okay, we're all dead, bro. I wouldn't even be there to admit. Okay, you were right. I was wrong.
I know.
Is that how far we have to go for you to win?
Would we not meet at presumably at some point at the waiting line?
Bro, in the waiting line.
Yeah.
Mate, you've been watching too much Dragon Ball Z, mate. Man's going to King Yaman, man.
He's rapping, he's rapping.
Hey, we're close to that, man. We're done for the night, man.
Rico, you're gonna be destroyed, man.
An atheist.
Yeah, go have a good
What's
night,
my
man.
man thinking? What's my man
I don't know, man. He doesn't believe
Rico
anything, man.
Suave,
we gonna close
Yeah,
up,
we're done,
man.
we're done,
Destroy
man.
us, they gonna say Shalom. We'll praise Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
When we see my man in the hell, we're not going to do anything about it.